I am Dr. Coretta Mallet-Fontenot. I am an educator in Houston ISD of almost 30 years. Phyllis and I have worked together for many, many years. I'm also a union board member. And so my advocacy continues long into the wee hours of the night when my colleagues are sleeping. This is the physical representation of the seat of power in Texas, the Texas state capitol. Yes. Although I was asked to speak about the state takeover of my district, Houston ISD, I want to talk just a little bit about power. And we've heard that mentioned before. Texas is a bastion of power, primarily voting power. Yes. Although we've not had a Democratic governor since the late, great Ann Richards. People have to start showing up and showing out to vote, just like we show up and show out for Beyonce and Taylor Swift. Yeah. We think about the planning, we make those preparations, we get our outfits, our hair, our nails, our cars. We make sure we are picture perfect ready. As former President Barack Obama once said, don't get mad, vote. According to our very own our very own Secretary of State website, voter turnout has been the key in many of the elections here in the state of Texas. Nobody had to tell you to make a plan and be ready for Bea Taylor. Why should we have to tell you to do the obvious? Educate yourself on the issues and those around you in your communities, in your neighborhood, and make a plan to vote. We have to hold ourselves accountable just as we hold elected officials accountable. Voting is our superpower. No one is coming to rescue us. We have to be the ones to save ourselves. And we do that by voting and by holding those in power accountable.
They work for us.
Absolutely. Say it again.
They work for us.
During the 2022 governor's race, we only had about a little over 8 million voters to turn out. A little over 1 million Democratic voters and a little over almost 2 million Republican voters. Now, I'm not here to tell you to vote Democrat or Republican. What I'm saying is to exercise your power to make your voice heard, to vote for those issues that are of substance and consequence to you and the communities in which you are a part of and which you represent. State takeovers don't happen in a vacuum. They vote because good people stay home and don't vote. And when good people stay home and don't vote, we get Greg Abbott. We get Ken Paxton. And they get to keep the surplus that should be going to educate poor students in our school districts across this state. So, if you want to end or prevent another state takeover of your child's school district or a district near you, organize your block, your church, your community with other like-minded individuals who don't necessarily look like you or talk like you or dress like you. Sign up for voter registrar training. Identify unregistered voters in your community and get them registered. Make sure they have transportation to the polls during early voting as well as election day. Yeah. Print out the ballots. Guide them. So for those who are not sure about the different issues, educate them. Greg Abbott gave us Ken Paxton. And Ken Paxton has admitted to derailing 2.5 million mail-in ballots. Now you think about the difference that could have made in your community. As I prepare to leave you, I want you to know that public education is under assault. And if you don't pay attention, this is going to happen in your community. It won't just be my school, what's considered to be a property-rich district. Eventually, when they get through taking over Houston and Dallas and Austin, they're going to come for your small towns. Yeah. Don't allow people in your circle of influence to say voting doesn't matter, or they're going to do what they want to do anyway. We have to hold elected officials accountable, whether we voted for them or not, because they are here and they represent all of us, whether we like it or not. We have to do the same thing in every election. Look at their policies, examine their positions, and make sure they know what our positions are, and that we're going to show up each and every opportunity that we have to hold them accountable. And so with that being said, I want to close with, and this is why, in this movement, I'm in this movement, to take back the mic from extremists, such as Governor Abbott, to help all of us raise our voices and make sure that we encourage those in our communities to vote, and make our power felt from the State House all the way to Pennsylvania Avenue, to wake that sleeping giant. And yes, even if you are supporting Biden, you have to hold him accountable too. And to be the voice of resurrection, as God has called us to do, and not of an insurrection. Thank you.